Welcome to the Retro Next podcast, the podcast that topples your TBR with new book recommendations every other day. In this episode, Victoria is here to talk about mysteries featuring autistic characters in the neurodivergent spectrum. And so we got a couple of cozy mysteries. We got actually like a thriller, domestic thriller, set in, and they all are set in British or Scotland, so they're perfect atmospheric readings. So let's go to the show. Sorry for the lighting if you're watching this on YouTube. It's been a day. Lots of meetings, but it's been fun. So if you enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving a review or subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like it, comment, and let us know some recommendations for your favorite amateur sleuth or psychological thrillers are the feature autistic characters. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
So the trio is here and we're really excited to share some book recommendations in celebration of World Autism Month. Now, I think it was the 2nd, that's World Autism Day, but the month of April is Autism Month. And we're going to be sharing some books. Some feature main characters who are autistic. Some are written by authors who are also autistic as well. Some are neurodivergent and on the spectrum in, different ways. My books are really fun mysteries that feature autistic characters. I was really excited to kind of bring this list to you. So let's get into it. So these mysteries blend suspense. We're going to have some rich character journeys in there as well. And again, I can't wait to share with you 3 mystery books that feature autistic characters. So the first book I'm going to share with you is The Framed Women of Ardour House by Brandy Shillans. Now, for this one, the setting is an abandoned English manor. It's steeped with secrets. There's a missing portrait and a murder that turns this quiet estate into the center of a mystery. Now, our main character is Jo. Jo is neurodivergent. Jo is a book editor who is also recently divorced. Now, she's a New Yorker who is a transplant in the English countryside. And obviously, life is anything but quiet there. After losing her job, losing her mom, and her marriage all in 1 year, this is a lot going on for her. She finally decides to claim this unwanted family estate, and it happens to be in North Yorkshire. Now, while there is this groundskeeper who's kind of a bit, moody and stuff. However, his body is found on the estate. There are 3 bullets. And everything, of course, in her life changes. So there's also a portrait that has vanished from a secret room. So anyway, our main character, Jo, now, because again, we have someone who's murdered. We have a missing portrait. Her herself ends up in a whole bunch of danger. She even becomes a potential suspect. But we see her getting help. And I love the supporting cast. We have an antiques dealer in the mix. We have a local detective as well. We even have an innkeeper's wife. So we see her on a mission to clear her name, first of all, recover the missing painting, and of course, solve the murder. It's very cozy. It's a fun, clever mystery. And I think it will have you questioning like all the secrets happening around the estate. And of course, along the way, you'll get to know our main character, Jo, who I think she was great. She was really brilliant, but also her quirky journey that she's on. And we also get to see her learn to trust herself. So first book is The Framed Women of Ardour House by Brandy Shillans. Okay, the next book on my list, the next mystery that features an autistic character is entitled Dark Island by Daniel Aubrey. Now, for this setting, I want you to picture midwinter in Orkney. Now, in case you're not familiar, this is a group of islands north of Scotland. There are few hours of daylight there. So, because again, you're very north. So there are only 6 hours of daylight there. The landscape, very unforgiving, okay, but it's also very beautiful, but it can be a bit rough. So anyways, we have our main character, Freya, who's a reporter. Now, she has always known that she was different. And we see her deciding to uproot her life because she is original from Orkney, but she moved to Glasgow. So she's in Glasgow and she decides to kind of uproot her life there and return to her childhood home. In the backdrop, she's also waiting on her autism assessment. So as she moves back home to her childhood home, she's seeking a quieter life, which of course you will definitely get in Orkney. However, her plans are shattered when there's this brutal winter storm that comes through. And with that winter storm comes some human remains that just kind of, appear from the Atlantic, which clearly the Atlantic is a bit wild itself, especially during winter. So we see her in a race against time. She's trying to find out who is this person, where did these bones come from? While she's doing that, it also stirs up some old history and some old wounds. Again, this is her childhood home. This is where she's from. And seeing her like on this obsessive journey just turns into a whole cat and mouse game. Every twist, everything she's uncovering is threatening herself, threatening her job, threatening her family, and it even is putting new victims in danger. This is a nail-biting mystery thriller, I have to tell you. It's very emotional. There's complex twists. But again, I love our main character, just very brilliant. Also, like I said, neurodivergent. And we see her just, handling this mystery in this very remote location. So again, that's Dark Island by Daniel Aubrey. Now, the third mystery featuring an autistic character that I'd love to share with you is Poisoned Primrose by Dahlia Donovan. Now, in this one, again, we're in the UK. This is set in Cornwall. This is the next setting. And I feel like this book has all the hallmarks of just a cozy, quintessential British mystery. So it's anything but ordinary, lots of fun. Now, we have our main character, Pineapple, but called affectionately Mott, who is an autistic woman in her late 30s who decides to flee the chaos of London. She takes her cat, she takes her turtle, and she goes to this little cottage in Cornwall. Now, again, perfect place. You're leaving busy, bustling London. You're going to Cornwall. You're hoping for some peace and quiet. However, there is a body that turns up buried in her garden. So, of course, this whole idea of peace and quiet is absolutely derailed. So she ends up in this mystery, one, trying to figure out how did this body get there? Who is it? And she just ends up in this mess of just clues and danger and all kinds of things. Now, of course, the best part about this is the supporting cast. So there's a detective in town that comes into the whole thing. We also see her, which I forgot to mention, she has a small business, or the detective has a small business on the side. So keeping up with that investigation as well. And it's just a lot of suspicion, lots of threats naturally. Without spoiling it, just know it's fun. We also get, it's a very fun romp. We get a bit of, romance in there as well, but that's very minor. I just love the quirky characters. Again, unexpected twist and a lot of danger to just kind of really keep you guessing. Again, this one is quintessential British mystery. So yeah, those are my three mysteries. I think they're very captivating. They'll deliver the suspense, give you those clever twists. But of course, we have autistic characters at the center, which also gives us that added insight into a unique way to solve murder. So we get some unique journeys as well. So I'd love to know in the comments, let me know which books resonate with you. But I'd also love to hear from my friends on these three mysteries that feature autistic characters.
So I think oh, go ahead. I have to say the British cozy mystery. I'm like, oh, I'm here for it. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect character because I feel like it's an amateur sleuth. You're trying to, neurotypicals may look one way, but neurodivergents may look at a different clues, a different approach, and may take them to a different level. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And I feel like we should have more neurodivergents, doing amateur sleuthing. I'm like, man, it's brilliant. Sorry for the lighting if you're watching this on YouTube. It's been a day. Lots of meetings, but it's been fun. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving a review or subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like it, comment, and let us know some recommendations for your favorite amateur sleuth or psychological thrillers are the feature autistic characters. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.